Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode in our review series. I guess I don't really have an official name for this. Welcome back, Kang, Harles. I see you guys there. What's going on? As me and Kev click at the same time. We'll cheers to that. Kev, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I am fantastic, James. Now, I have to warn all of you. I did a bit of a deep dive for this one. Okay, so unfortunately, I did not have time to reread this entire book.
Oh, you actually have it.
Oh yeah, dude. And if you could see that price there, $2.99, I have had this thing for over a quarter century. This
Probably worth
is
millions now.
oh yeah, absolutely. This is a story near and dear to my heart. I will say I went as far as to watch the once lost 1910 silent short film of Frankenstein as part of my research. So I've been in the deep darkness of a Frankenstein rabbit hole for the last few days, and I am so excited to be coming up for air to talk with all of you. How are you doing, James?
I am fantastic, Kev. I'm fantastic. Kang says she read it her senior year and barely remembers anything. I've not read it. I'm gonna preface this. Me and Kev are on different spectrums of our Frankenstein lore. Kev is very well known. He knows a ton, researched a ton. Frankenstein's in his wheelhouse. James Schmeitz, me, don't know shit. Which is going to make this a lot of fun because I'm just going to say it right now. I think the movie's awesome, but it's not what I expected. And I'm interested to go back and forth with Kev on a lot of stuff here. I'm not a huge Frankenstein person, so this caught me. As I said pre-show, I was expecting much more traditional monster movie. And that is not what we got.
Like, when is Poe Dameron going to do the monster mash? All
yes.
Right? It's a graveyard smash, guys. What are we missing here? That is very fun for me as well, because I was wondering if that would be the case. And I would say, if anything, I'm probably in the minority when it comes to the type of Frankenstein fan that you are. I think most people think of the 1931 film. They think of a big blockhead dude with screws in his neck, because that is the version of the story that got really popular and became a part of pop culture. Easy for me to say, pal. But I think a lot of people may have come into this story or this movie with that same perspective. Whereas me, on the other hand, when I heard that Guillermo del Toro was
we looked it up. I can say it, guys. Say
it. When I saw that he was doing it, I was like, oh, I bet this will be
right here
closer to Mary Shelley's intended story, because the only other time it really was attempted was that 1994 movie that people either love or hate. We'll say that. It stars Robert De Niro as the creature. Very interesting.
Okay.
And directed by that guy who plays the detective in the Death on the Nile. I can't think of it. Kenneth Branagh or something? I can't remember. People either love or hate him too. So really just depends. I actually look forward to rewatching that now after watching this to see how I enjoy it. But yes, so a very different Frankenstein, James. You were really expecting more of a traditional
fucking makes Frankenstein. Frankenstein kills everybody, kills the world, that kind of shit. Not at all what I expected, folks. At all. I'm gonna let you, like, these kind of comments, Kev, you're gonna have to discuss and then explain to me and any differences. It's obviously they talk about the love story in there. Like,
yes,
he gets turned down. She gives him the butterfly back.
And it's probably, while it is more accurate to the source material, there is still a lot that is changed. And some pretty big stuff, very impactful stuff. Even the ending itself is much different from the book. But that being said, it's still Like there's no Igor, there's no there's no hunchback assistant. There's no tossing a girl into a body of water, which already that's not at all what happens in the book. In the book, he actually saves someone from drowning, and then a lot like what we see in this movie, he gets accused of doing wrong. But all right, before I dive into all the spoilers, and we have a ton of fun talking about some of the changes that chat is bringing up and the other ones that are involved, I'll say, yeah, my spoiler-free portion of this review is that I thoroughly enjoyed it. There are certain aspects that I will have critiques for. There are certain things that gave me a little bit of a chuckle, but I am so glad that this exists and that someone who truly loves the story of Frankenstein got to tell his version of it. This is a film that's been living in this guy's head for 50 years, and it shows. And I mean, as a compliment. So if anybody's looking to avoid the spoilers, it sounds like James and I both liked it, and we were coming from opposite ends.
Yes.
Spectrum. So I would say go watch it now and then come back and hang out with us, because
join us after you've seen it.
Heart. Like it's
hang out with us later.
Some kind of cadaver on Victor's table. All right, for the next hour or so. So full spoilers. So yeah, do we want to start? Well, we can start just with some of the changes, because the big one, the first one that Kang mentions is Elizabeth not being Victor's fiance. So Elizabeth is a much different character in the book, as is William.
Okay.
How do I explain this? In the book,
teach me.
Elizabeth is the Frankenstein family's ward. She's presented sort of as a cousin, but she's like their adopted sister. So she grows up with Victor, and they love each other. And he is engaged to her, as Kang says, and it's sort of he decides he's going to go live with her, and it's Frankenstein. Sorry, the creature. I'm probably going to do that a lot, so forgive me. I'll try to refer to the actual Frankenstein as Victor, so I don't keep saying the creature.
Yeah, I was messed up by that too, because Frankenstein's the monster, but that's not the case.
Yeah, it is not the case.
Frankenstein's the last name.
That's right. Well, technically, Frankenstein is the monster, right? From a certain perspective, it's
he's the fucking monster.
The creature is not a monster.
Yeah,
a lot of pseudo.
Asshole.
Yeah, a lot of pseudo incest in these books. And also William seems to be an amalgamation of, I would say, about 3 characters. So in the book, William is his youngest brother. He's like 6 years old. And there's an older brother, Ernest, I believe. But there's also Victor's best friend, Henry, who is actually the guy that kind of runs around and helps, much like William does in the movie. So they age William up a bit. And this was a change that I didn't hate. I didn't come into this wanting it to be a shot for shot remake. So I was fine with a lot of the creative liberties taken. And that one wasn't one that bothered me too much. It just really reinforced Victor being a sleazeball too, having him lust over his brother's fiance like that.
Yeah, definitely shows that side of it.
The movie's a lot less subtle than the book, I feel like. Even at one point, when William dies and he's like, "No, Victor, you're the monster," and it's like, "No, we got it. Like, we get it. It's okay. You could trust your audience. You got this." But the movie's a lot kinder to the creature as well. As Kang mentioned, I think, didn't the creature kill kids in the book? Yes. The creature is definitely a bit of a demon in the book. It's just more sort of, at least the way I saw it, sort of pitched as like a dark mirror that he and Victor, a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. They both end up on this vengeance tour where they're just kind of trying to do whatever they can to hurt each other. But the creature kills young William just because he learns that his name is Frankenstein. So he finds out it's after a lot of trauma, a lot of the same stuff happens, right? He's abandoned at birth. There is not the whole teaching aspect. So when we get into that, like the upbringing of, in the book, the monster just starts smart. Like there is no, like, he doesn't know how to talk or anything like that. I mean, maybe doesn't necessarily know how to talk, but there isn't this whole long period of Victor trying to teach him anything. He abandons him like the night he is created. And so there's still the whole thing with the blind man. There are more events, actually, like I previously mentioned. He saves a woman or a girl from drowning, and then her family or somebody thinks that he attacked her, so the villagers go after him. Like, he's constantly learning the hard way that humanity is not down with him because he looks weird. But he also kills a 6-year-old boy and frames his maid for the murder. So he gets, and then that's where they kind of show you that Victor's a scumbag in the book, because he knows who really did it, but he can't say anything, otherwise it'll reveal what he did. So he lets an innocent woman, the maid, like the trusted family maid, he lets her die for a crime she didn't commit. And when Frankenstein eventually shows up and demands a bride be made, Victor agrees at first and ultimately decides not to do it. And that's when the creature says, "I'll be with you on your wedding night." And he straight up just kills Elizabeth to get to Victor. So it's a much different dynamic. Where the movie almost goes out of its way to be like, well, yeah, he kills a couple of people, but they almost always shoot first. Like,
I'm trying to think, is there anyone he kills first? The people at the blind man's house shoot him. They show up and shoot him, which, shout out another Harry Potter character. I think that's Argus Filch. Or I might have that wrong. I have to look it up. Who else is there? The people on the ship, they shoot at him first.
Even
Fuck them wolves. Fuck them wolves. Fucking assholes. Yeah, what were your thoughts on this, Kev? So let's go here. Okay, thanks, Haros. I was like, do I got the right name in my head? It was Argus Filch. That's right. It was him. With the blind contacts in. I thought that was him. What are your thoughts on how? So they changed it from the books, and this isn't really. He's super smart to begin with, right? Or he's normal human smart to begin with. Whereas here they start him off. He can't speak. He's essentially a baby. Can only save Victor. Looks like he was taken out of Prometheus. What are your thoughts on that?
That was one of the changes that I didn't have a problem with, especially with it was a 2.5 hour runtime. So,
man, it's long. I will say
one of the issues that this story normally has is that there's a lot of time travel, so to speak. Like, they will jump at certain points, and so there's a lot of story, there's a lot of timeline to try to fit into this thing. So it was interesting to see them add that, and still felt like they got all of the major plot points of the story in there. I think it worked because stuff like that was why I had no choice but to laugh when William's like, "No, Victor, you're the monster." And it's like, yeah, dude, we know. We just saw how he treated this thing.
Yeah.
He's just ignored everyone else in his life for however many years in pursuit of this. And then he immediately just like starts treating it like shit. But when you know what Del Toro's what his whole story, and how this one was a personal telling, and it's a little autobiographical, there's a lot of father-son stuff in there. It also shows that he became his dad, even though he really didn't like his dad. Yep. He does the same things to Frankie the creature as his dad did to him when he was trying to teach him science facts, and he'd smack him with a stick if he got him wrong. So it was just sort of that cycle, which of course they end that trauma cycle at the end, which I am for, but I have some critiques about that final. I kind of hate that Victor got a pass, and then I also, I'm just going to do it now. All right, James, one of my biggest critiques.
Do it.
He sits there, he did all this stuff to poor young Frankie, and then at the end, with the creature whose real dad, the blind man, the one who taught him to forgive and move on, Victor sits there and he's like, "Oh, my child, I want you to be my son now. Before I die, can you just say my name one more time, like you said when it was the whole world to you. Like, because that Elizabeth smacks him in the face with that later. Like, maybe that's the only word he knows because you're his whole world. And
Yeah.
but he takes like this vain approach to it. So like even in the end, when he's supposed to have his redemption moment, I won't call it a hero moment, but when he's supposed to have his redemption, he's like, oh, I see the error of my ways. He's still a narcissist prick, dude.
Yeah.
He's still
Oh, he's
such
not
a
gonna change,
devil.
Kev.
And why does he get? He shouldn't.
Shouldn't get it.
He shouldn't get it. But on the other end, you know, the way the book has it, by the time the creature gets there, Frankenstein's already dead. Dr. Frankenstein's already dead, which is just furthers the tragedy, I guess, because it's one more thing.
He didn't
that
even
makes
get
the
the.
he didn't even
finish
get that
story.
closure.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess we'll do it for Frankie, but Victor did not deserve that. Okay, he did not deserve a happy
Fuck
ending.
you, Victor.
And he was an asshole till the end.
Yeah, there is a little bit of this, isn't there? Between that and William being like, "No, Victor."
Yeah.
You said this like 4 times already. No, Victor, you're the monster.
I was like, yeah, we got it. We got it. That's
dude. I feel like that's the wife.
After he shoots his wife, yeah. Like, I think that's the Netflixification of it. I can't help but think there's at least one Netflix studio exec who is looking at this whole thing through the lens of, all right, but people are going to be watching this while they do their chores in their living room. So we have to have some lines that just tell them what's happening because they're probably not actually watching. You know, they just got this on in the back while they work. Yeah, we got to say it for the kids in the back row.
Yeah,
you know,
the creature is definitely ends up being the bigger man. Doesn't seem like it's going to be that way. Okay, so is this how the story's told in the book from this perspective of flashbacking it? So like they find him out in the Arctic and then play. Is that how it is in the book?
Yes and no. So yes,
Okay.
short answer, yes. The book starts. The book is like a collection of letters. So it just starts with this dude named Walton,
Romance letters?
who's writing to his sister, who very well could be his fiance, based on what we've established so far for both this time and location. So Admiral or Captain Walton is writing letters to a family member. And then, yes, they find, I think they just see 2 people out in the ice on dog sleds over time. But yes, they eventually come across Victor, who's dying. He tells them the story. Then he dies. And then the creature breaks in. And then, you know, you get the other part of the story. So they don't have this interesting dynamic, which was one of my other nitpicks. One of the things that really took me out within the first 30 minutes, and the movie absolutely brought me back in, but I was having a lot of fun daydreaming this scenario. Okay, so these guys save Victor. 6 of their men die. Like, dudes get absolutely thrown up across the ship. The men are freaking out, but the captain is like, all right, dude, level with me here. What's up with the Undertaker? Who is this 7-foot behemoth that's chasing you? And why is he after you? What are we supposed to do? And he's like, well, it all started when I was a boy.
Okay.
And it's like, wait, hang on, dude. Can we get to the part where like
you get you get the prelude and Victor's story. You get the whole thing. So you got like 45 minutes here.
Yeah, so you get him being a kid, and then I just picture the Admiral sitting there for like 30 minutes just stressing out, right? Like, dude, there's a wolf at the gates. This guy just loves to hear himself talk. He's Michael Scott here. He knows he has a captive audience. And then we get to the part of the story. He's like, and then I met my brother's hot wife. And it's like, dude, no, we don't need to hear about you're lusting after your brother's wife, dude. Like, it's a story he could probably tell in about 10 minutes. And and they're just like, nah, it's good. Yeah, as Carl said, let him cook though. So that threw me. That part was not really exactly like that in the book, but I'll forgive it.
I didn't even think of that. So, let me tell you about my mother.
Oh,
who dies in childbirth, and my asshole father, who taught me science lessons. I learned about the heart from him.
Let me tell you about how my benefactor had syphilis. You know, just like,
oh yeah. Shout out Christoph Waltz. Christoph Waltz is awesome.
What an epic one-liner that I believe was a saying at the time. one night with Venus means a lifetime with Mercury. That was just, just
What a
bars.
just a zinger. Just an absolute zinger.
The goat, man. And Harles is not wrong. The book is very wordy as well. Yeah, how many pages to establish the family is German? Yeah, there is. Right from the gate, even just the way the guy's like razzing on his sister for saying that his trip was a bad idea. It takes like 25 words to say that, and you're like, it is not a quick read.
Yeah, it shows.
It was written 200 years
time.
ago,
Yeah.
and it shows. So you have to be ready and maybe keep a thesaurus handy.
Harlander's awesome. Yeah, Harlander's. I didn't at first. I didn't realize it was Christoph Waltz until they meet back at his place at Frankenstein's place, at Victor's place. I didn't catch it in there. It is little like, I don't know if he's on trial or what the fuck is going on exactly.
Yeah, I thought he was great. I mean, generally speaking, right? The cast was incredible.
Awesome.
Oscar Isaac really killed it as Frankenstein. It was a nice touch, a really nice touch, I thought, to have Mia Goth play both his mother and his love interest, because I think
I didn't realize they did that.
Saying something, and they didn't point at it, like they did with a few other things in the movie. That was something that you either learned via the credits or watching some Easter egg videos afterwards. You're like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. I see.
She was almost Justine too.
Oh, if they had that would have been interesting. So Justine is the maid that gets framed for the murder of young William in the book.
She'd have been everywhere.
Why
do they all look the same? That is curious.
That's one way to whittle down the budget. But also, I can't remember. It is Jacob something. The guy who played Frankenstein.
Elordi. Elordi.
Jacob Elordi had 4 weeks to prepare for this. James, did you see who was originally cast as Frankenstein in this? You ready to blow your mind? Andrew Garfield.
What?
Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if he was the only, I don't know if he was locked in for it, but that was a name that I saw for somebody who was lined up to potentially play Frankenstein. And I think that especially given 4 weeks of prep time, that Elordi did a phenomenal job.
Oh, he's incredible.
That's all mainly prosthetics, right? 10 hours of makeup every day.
So many prosthetics, yeah.
And so much of that role, I thought, was in the physicality. Like when you're playing a character that doesn't get to speak for I don't know, a third or half of the screen time, you're really limited. But I thought that all versions of the creature, that he did a really good job. So cast was phenomenal. Thought there were some interesting music choices at times, but I didn't hate it as much as I've seen some people on the internet hated it. I didn't hate it at all, actually, but some people did. So
I'm reading about Garfield had to leave because of scheduling conflicts because of the strike.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. I wonder. I mean, I'm assuming he would have been all make-upped to hell, but and take this with a grain of salt, because I haven't watched the 1994 movie probably since like 1994 or 6 or something like that. But I seem to remember that having such a notable guy like Robert De Niro playing the creature maybe didn't help either. I think there are certain roles where it's almost better to not have such a recognizable face.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a guy who's played Spider-Man, like you don't want to look at the creature and see Peter Parker. That's why I can hardly ever watch Tom Holland in anything, because I just see Peter Parker.
They had spent, I agree, like anything Tom Holland's in, it's
11 hours. That's crazy. Yeah.
They took, this is crazy. They had dedicated 9 months to perfecting Andrew Garfield's interpretation of the creature, and then he backed out, and they had 9 weeks to develop a fresh new look for Elordi.
To redo it.
Elordi, sorry.
I think it was 42 pieces. So just the face alone was something like 14 pieces.
I can't. What did he do? Get up at 2 a.m. and just sleep just lay there as they make him up, like put all the makeup on. Good Lord.
Imagine the ones where they got to do like the nose and the mouth too. So you just got like a straw or something.
Yeah.
You know? You're just going to sit there perfectly still and just breathe. Dude,
Fuck.
it's my personal hell, dude. I hate when there's 5 people in front
I know
of me.
you guys just got here for your 8-hour shift, but I've been putting makeup on for 11 hours and I am not fucking having it.
Right? Like at that point,
I
you're
know.
working like a 24-hour day. Cause like I didn't just sit here for 10 hours to do 2 hours of work, right? Like now I got to go actually work for 8 hours.
Kang says he brought his dog with him to keep him company.
Oh, okay. Well, there's
Somebody's
worse
got to
ways.
come in. You got to. That would be just insane.
Shoes on the other foot. Now we got a dog and the humans in place for 10 hours.
Yeah, right. I'd be interested to see something of it. I don't think I'd be able to unsee Garfield in the role. That'd be the problem.
Yeah, I agree. I am interested in seeing it. I'd love to see some of that behind the scenes footage. He's a guy over time that I've come to root for more and more. So I do think that he probably was putting his all into it. Like I can't think of the last time. I haven't watched even close to all the things he's been in, but he doesn't seem like the guy who would have phoned this in. I don't think anybody would have been on this particular project without having some passion for it. Knowing
absolutely.
that Del Toro had been wanting to make it his whole life, I'm pretty confident that they would have done something cool. But yeah, I think it worked better to not have such a recognizable person in that role.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think it works much better. I want to complain about one thing. And it's William, it's Elizabeth, right? That's
Yeah.
Okay. The feathers she's wearing when we first meet her, that's so fucking weird. Just the blue curved feathers.
Oh.
Let's see if I can pull a picture. Like it just threw me. Like I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's such a weird dynamic. Like outside of just her costume, whenever I think of her character, it just reminds me of just how shitty Victor was. Like the fact that he snuck in, she saw him sneak into a confessional. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a funny moment the way it played out, but I was like, these guys, like, this is being treated like a meet cute, and it's one of the most disturbing things you could do.
Yeah, she's engaged to your brother.
And you're like, I wonder what she's sinning about. And then he did the whole lust thing. Like, so if she knows it's him, so she now knows that he's horny for her. And then like it just, I don't know. To me, I was like, bro, that is the creepiest thing ever. How did they move past that? And then they went and had dinner right after.
Yeah, and dinner and a dance. She's like, I don't think this is appropriate. He's like, why not? And they dance.
The fuck?
Kang loves the feathers, so Kang is a fan. I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? I'm like,
yeah, you had to be wealthy to pull that off.
Yeah, it is something.
Who do you think hunted those birds? It does give me like some Leia vibes, you know.
There are some Leia vibes there, yeah. Hopefully Shadow's not in the chat. He'll tell us to get over it. She's an interesting character. Yeah, you meant the confessional scene is something, and then which then leads into the dinner and a dance, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, just a weird, a real weird situation. And while we're talking about that, there's also no I've been saying the word weird a lot the last couple of minutes, but there is no love triangle with the creature. If memory serves, he absolutely requests a companion. But I don't recall there being anything between him and Elizabeth other than he murders her on her wedding night. Yeah. But I also found that to not really make sense in the story either. Like in the movie that we got, I don't mind you doing your own thing with it. But to me, she saw him once when he had like when he had the intelligence of a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Yeah,
next time she sees him is at her wedding night. She's already been maybe thinking about stepping out with older brother, but now also older brother's manufactured son, I guess, is also like, then she gets shot. She's like, take me with you. I was never understood. I kind of love you or whatever. It's like, excuse me, Padme. He was a child when you saw him last. What do you mean you're in love with this dude? So not the best execution for my money.
Yeah,
James.
I wish there would have been maybe one more, if they would have saw each other one more time in there somewhere. Would have made that a little more believable.
If you're gonna do the whole Victor's gonna spend a bunch of time being a bad dad, then I think, yeah, there could have been some opportunity. Maybe she could have stepped on the bald guy's toes a little bit. Maybe she'd well, I guess she does teach him a word. She teaches him Elizabeth, and that's what makes deadbeat dad really
losing. That's when he's like, I'm burning this fucking place down. When he says that,
like, say any other word, and then he says another word. Not girlfriend's name. Yeah. Why did you say that name?
Oh, fuck. We do get, when he takes her into the cave, though, and she dies away, we get one of my favorite scenes where he fucking breaks Oscar Isaac's nose.
Oh, yeah. That was
I thought he was going to like rip it off. No, he just it's like, oh,
just
shit,
I got your nose. That would have been a great
I got your nose situation.
When he was in child mode, somebody does the, "Ooh, got your nose."
Yeah.
And then later. No, but I did like that you deemed me a monster, or how, I can't remember the exact line, but there's a good line there when he deforms Frankenstein. Yeah, and everyone just lets him carry her off. That was true.
Yeah, they're just like, nah, we're not fucking with this guy.
Victor, such a piece of shit, dude. I know we're just unfolding all of it, but his just immediate knee jerk was to blame the poor creature for everything. Like, that dude has Al Capone brain, and he's like, you got to put my syphilis brain into the creation's body. And like, the guy was going crazy. He felt like you didn't even murder him. You didn't have to say, oh yeah, my creation attacked him. You like it wasn't even like, oh, I pushed him down. It's a tough story to explain, but then, he shoots his brother's wife, and he's like, oh yeah, the big guy did it.
That guy did it.
You suck so bad.
I love, he grabs the gun and goes, Elizabeth, move. Bang.
Yeah,
it's so quick. It's like, well,
give the lady a second, man. Come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Harlander's brain was toast. He goes just splat.
What a twist. I mean, what a dumb guy. I'm gonna invest all this money and just wait until we're at the finish line. But by the way, I'm dying. You gotta put. I know you're literally done, and all you have left to do is attach the lightning rod. But I'm gonna need you to pop that brain out and
get mine in there, please.
Yeah, it's the syphilis talking. Al Capone was fishing out of his own pool, so it does things to a man. Allegedly.
R.I.P. to his leg.
Yeah, he got what he deserved. I've seen that mentioned, like, oh, it was part of the tragedy is that the creature doesn't know Victor turned around and thought about saving him. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I was good with it. I was good seeing him get ragdolled and have his leg snapped. That was fine. I don't think that was enough of a redemption. They're like, oh, well, he had a second thought about it. Like, yeah, then he blames him for multiple murders. So
yeah, he blames him for everything gone wrong everywhere. That fucking I had to rewatch that. I watched it twice when he gets blown off the doors, because that's when I see him hit. I'm like, oh my god, his leg's like flopping around. I rewound. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing gets fucking exploded.
Oh yeah, dude. I saw somebody had clipped it for a YouTube video I was watching, and they just like blurred the whole third of the screen.
Just the Victor is a little bit of an unreliable narrative.
Absolutely.
This is a way to take it too. Like, his redeeming moments might be him editorializing it.
Oh, yeah, that is true. When we have his version of the story, because we see like even with him being an unreliable narrative, like think about the parts of the story he does tell. So yeah, he probably is embellishing to the captain as well. Um, an egomaniac who wanted to conquer death wasn't the nicest person. You know what?
Correct.
When you put it that way, that's
From
right.
a realist perspective, this is awful. Like, yeah, they just probably sawed his leg off.
Yeah.
Just
Played that level, that side quest in Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my god, heinous. I mean, that was an arm, but yeah, they just saw it off, you know,
just
Walking Dead style.
pack it up.
Yikes.
Speaking of sawing, great segue here. The scenes where he's like cutting bodies and piecing this thing together, they have way too much fun with it. Like the prosthetics and shit. You're just sawing, and then he's like ripping. It's just like they have way, way, way too much fun with it.
Dude, it wasn't as bad as what is his name? Ken Bernard in the 94. He's like shirtless running around on pulleys, and they got like a naked Bob De Niro in some amniotic fluid or whatever. So I've seen more whimsical versions of that scene, but yeah, that was they were having some fun with it.
So I'm just pulling up things. I have not seen Pan's Labyrinth. I've always wanted to. I never have.
I have not either. I need to go into that maybe because I've heard that it was sort of kind of it has parallels, I guess, to some of the Frankenstein story. But he loves these monster stories like Shape of Water. I think
Yep.
if memory
Won
holds
Best Picture.
was bet and it was based on him as like a little kid. There's a scene in Swamp Thing where he like reaches for the lady's leg or something like that, and so that whole love story spouted just out of that moment. So he's always had this sort of romanticized deal with these what the universal monster creatures or whatever.
Yeah.
So I will say that the changes were not unexpected, right? Like knowing what you know about his previous work, I'm not surprised to find that there's like a love angle between Elizabeth and Frankenstein. Like I'm not
Mhm.
surprised that he was a lot nicer to the creature and definitely made all of the problems pretty much victors. So
I forgot about this tweet as I'm just digging here. While filming uh, this movie, this is a tweet from Guillermo del Toro, August 20th, 2024. Whilst in Aberdeen, I'm staying in an old 1800s hotel. I am in the most haunted room of it, which was vacated this morning by one of our producers. Odd electrical physical occurrences scared her into leaving ASAP. Stay tuned. If anything happens, I will report. He later clarified, I always stay in the most haunted rooms.
oh,
He said, though he's only
like
experienced he's only experienced supernatural phenomena one time in the past. The rest of, and this is a quote, the rest of the time, nothing. I have high hopes.
so did like by choice he always stays in haunted rooms
Yeah, he
or
stays in it. Yeah,
haunted?
yeah.
Oh, he's doing like a 1408 thing. I like it.
Let's see what I think I got a picture of this room he stayed in. Yeah, his haunted hotel arc.
No,
Come
thank
on,
you.
tweeter.
And he's
Oh,
trying to buy a haunted house right now. Why?
Oh yeah, I mean this looks haunted. Yeah, this looks fucking okay. Let me pull this up.
That's crazy. That's best of luck to you in that regard. I'd be moving out of I'd be selling a house that was haunted, not buying it, dude. I can't stand having roommates.
This is the haunted room that he stayed in.
That's
He says the room has more than vibes. There's something angry and territorial there, a shred of rage. The caption of this tweet is trying for an EVP on my iPhone.
man, dude. I don't know. I mean, if I had all the money in the world, you wouldn't catch me in haunted places for fun,
Oh,
James.
that's fucking
But I'm a
great.
scaredy cat. That's been well established, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I got scared by some of the shit in weapons. I'm not built for this kind of shit.
I mean, there were some good jump scares in there.
In a later update, Del Toro said nothing specifically spooky had happened yet, but the atmosphere in the room is oppressive, and I am not going to spend much more time there. He acknowledged he was switching to another room so he could get some rest. I kept the room, but I'm sleeping in another room. I need 6 hours of sleep to have a good shooting day. I'm stopping there early and late in the day, but something is in that room with me. Jesus Christ.
So my schedule's out of whack because I'm purposely staying in haunted rooms. That sounds like a very easily fixable problem,
Something
sir.
angry, a shred of rage. Good Lord.
That's crazy. I'm sure something good will come out of it, but that is weird.
Sleek is more like Casper.
There it is.
I got another one. Here's another one. I'm gonna switch to this tab. Yeah, trying to get haunted while filming the movie is fucking bonkers.
I mean, I've heard of method actors. I've never heard of method directing.
Director.
He's like, listen, I would prefer it if I'm looking over my own shoulder at all times while at work.
Here we go. Just taking selfies in the room, in the mirror at room number 4.
Well, I hope that's ectoplasm on that mirror. Jeez.
Kang says he's moving to another haunted house in England. He told the realtor it must be haunted.
It
Jesus
must be
Christ,
haunted, dude. He might be too rich now, I think. I know he's
crossed the line.
He's been wealthy, right? His dad won the lottery when he was a kid. So I think maybe you can become too rich and then, you just
lines are crossed.
Your tastes get a little too specific. I think that's where we've come here. But hey, I dig it, man.
Oh God, the comments are people being like, I think I see a face in the mirror. Okay. No, we don't. Close all those up. Wouldn't click on that Discord comment. Definitely wouldn't do that. What else, Kev? Is there anything else we haven't touched on? Anybody else got anything they need us to discuss?
I mean, there's a ton in here. I've been trying to go through. See, I took a lot of notes and then I was lazy with clearing out the ones we've already hit. So now I'm trying to read through and
I love how they sink him in the ice. That's how they get rid of him at first. They're like, shoot the eye, or they bring out the big gun and the fucking captain's like, you fucking morons, let's sink this bastard.
Yeah, that was slick. The captain is a much older man in the movie for some reason, if memory serves. I mean, we're nitpicking here. I think it maybe makes a little more sense if he had been younger. Like the whole thing is that, you have this overly ambitious captain who, that's why Victor's like, hey, maybe you could benefit from hearing my story about how ambition is bad for you. So a little bit of an interesting change there, but nothing groundbreaking really.
Oh, I forget Charles Dance is his dad. That was awesome. Fucking Tywin Lannister, fucking just jumping right back into that role again. It's a fucking asshole father.
Oh, see, yeah, I missed that.
That's Game of Thrones. I know you're not a big time Game of Thrones guy. He is the matriarch, patriarch, whatever. He's a top dog for the Lannisters, and he's an asshole father. And it's like different costumes, same dude. Like it's exactly the same. Oh, I did, yeah. The ship captain is Lars Mikkelsen. I was just looking that up to see who it was. That's Mads' brother.
The characters had colors.
I noticed this with the mom at the beginning because she wears all red at one point. Like all the maids are straight white. They're all red. Charles Dance was all black. So yeah, there's a lot of cool with that.
Oscar hot. Yeah, more like Frankenstein. You know, I've been waiting 45
been
minutes to
fucking
make
sitting
that
on
joke.
that, haven't you? God
I've been
dang,
sitting
you
on
just
it.
been
Yeah.
sitting on
I was
that.
gonna start the show with it, but I figured we'd
You
come
waited.
up
You waited.
organic.
Something was going to happen, and you're going to get a chance, huh?
Yes.
Oh, I knew I recognized the voice. Professor Krempy, who is one of the guys that whatever the fuck that first thing is we are seeing at, you know, it's Ralph Ineson. I think it's Ineson, Ineson. I could be saying that wrong. Who is, most people would know him. He is Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh,
He's just the voice of it. Like, I mean, he might do some mocap stuff too. Where I know him from is he is Adolphus Telemann from Final Fantasy 16, and he's fucking incredible. He's fucking insane in that game. His voice is so good in that game. Yeah, the Tribunal, yes, where he gets kicked out, yes. So I recognized one of them. I was like, I'm almost positive that's the voice of Sid, and sure as shit it was. So that was a cool little like, oh shit, like they're so quick you don't even realize it if you're not paying attention or you know what you're like hearing. Yeah, he's
I
awesome.
do love the crossover.
He's cool. He's really, really good.
Oh, okay. Well, who was he in the Vivitch?
Oh, let's look it up.
That's a movie.
You know, I have it up. I have it up. I'll look it up right now. I got it up. We're looking for Vivitch.
That's right.
Vitch, like bitch with a
Sleek. You got that. Yes, 100%. That is a hilarious joke. All right. I love a good Frankensteiner joke in here and a Steiner math joke all in one. So you knocked it out of the park, even if it's just for you and me. 10 out of 10.
Where is this show?
Oh, he was the dad in the Vivitch? That's what I was wondering.
I don't even know what Vivitch is. I can't find it.
There's a Vivitch. It's pretty much the whole thing. There's like a goat. I think his name's Black Peter or something like that. It's like an evil demon goat. It's a good movie. I am a little foggy on a lot of the details, but it's good.
Is this what I'm looking for? You guys got me.
That was
puzzled
probably
me.
a good one, Sleek. Oh man, but I will say, while you look that up, I for one am very happy to see this version of the story getting so much attention, because like James and a lot of other folks, there are people that probably, I mean, not everyone was asked to read this in school, and there's, like I said, the 1910 short film, the silent film, is actually, I mean, it's a liberal adaptation for sure, but it includes things like the monster being intelligent and stuff like that. But it was lost for something like 90 years, James. There's an entire 30-minute video we could do just about that silent film and the history of how it got lost, why it got lost, who had it, their reluctancy to give it back because they thought it would be more valuable than it turned out to be. So he's like hoarding all these old, what do they call them? Kinetograms. Yeah, so the 1910 short film was an Edison kinetogram film, and it was the first released after Edison put together a censorship board. Because like every new technology, when the motion pictures first came out, there were a lot of people that were blaming all of society's ills on, oh, we got these newfangled movies, they're turning people satanic. Stop me if you've heard this before. So
Never heard this before.
Thomas Edison, ever the capitalist, thought, well, I think I'm going to get in front of this. And he just created his own censorship board. So before the government could do it, he went and got 9 studio execs and a couple other people. They made their own censorship board and then advertised it as, we're not going to do scary, spooky crap. And then the first movie they released was Frankenstein, which scared the shit out of people because it was actually really cool, like some groundbreaking film stuff. They built the creature out of paper mache, burned it, filmed that, and then ran the film in reverse, and that's how the creature was created. And that was way too scary for
Oh,
everybody.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, like the reverse burning.
Yeah. So this is really one of three. I don't even want to call them accurate, but I mean more accurate to the source material. And just a quick sidebar, I am begging the entertainment gods to fix Jekyll and Hyde next, because that's a movie that everybody takes the wrong thing from, in my humble opinion. We need Jekyll and Hyde to be done the right way. It's not about split personalities. Jekyll was always Hyde. He says as much. The last chapter, it's all right there. He was the same guy. It's closer to Jim Carrey's The Mask than it is to some like split personality thing. It's about like, no, Jekyll was always dirty, and he found a way to get away with doing that stuff through anonymity. And it was only when he lost control of his ability to turn into Hyde whenever he wanted that he realized the jig was up. Sorry. Anyway, that's another talk for another day.
Another hour-long show.
It's my dream to see some of these incredible stories that through the power of pop culture have kind of been misremembered. It's like a historical game of telephone, and now we're like, oh yeah, Jekyll and Hyde, he's a big pink Hulk guy. Like, no. But a very similar thing. It's a victim of a very successful 1931 film that, people are like, oh yeah, that's the dude. So anyway, it's called The Weave. Okay. Sometimes I weave into completely different movies and rant about them for 5 minutes. I apologize, gang.
Harles is going to pass. Is just going to combust if Del Toro doesn't do the Mountains of Madness.
Oh, what did someone did? Was it John Carpenter? Was it The Mouth of Madness? What's that one that's like, it's not the same thing, but it's also a really good movie that now I want to go watch. Yeah, I'm rooting for that too. If that's whatever this guy has on his bucket list, I need to see it. All right. Because he puts his all into these projects.
I know it's on his list. I don't know what his next movie is.
Yes, with Samuel. It's on Tubi. Oh, let's go. All right. All right. I know what I'm doing. Woo-hoo.
No, there's some. I'm just looking at the Mountains of Madness and H.P. Lovecraft. I'm just digging at the moment.
Oh, another little fun fact, guys, about just the Frankenstein universe at large. The 1994 film that we've talked about a couple times, James, features one of my favorite people to talk about on this show. You know him, you love him. Frank Darabont wrote a second draft of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which is the official title of the 94 film. He said, "It's the best script I've ever written and the worst film I've ever seen." So knowing how I feel about old Frankie, you can imagine my hesitancy to go back and rewatch the 94 movie. But yeah, it's so close to being something cool. But yeah, I will never pass on an opportunity to bring up Frank Darabont. So there we go.
That is correct.
The ship in the opening scenes, James, do you know that ship was practical? Do you know where they built that set?
I wouldn't have a clue.
In a studio parking lot.
Really?
Yeah. So they built the ice and the ship, and then CGI for the sky. But yeah, that set was a parking lot. I thought that was pretty neat.
Wild.
How
they'll pull shit off like that is just wild.
It's like, dude, what?
You just walk out there and the set designer's like, listen, just go with me here. Take the cars out. Put a little snow out here. Fucking probably 90 degrees out. Fucking LA.
Yeah, but we get some fake snow out here.
We're gonna put a pond. We're gonna build a swimming pool. Not just any swimming pool. Not any swimming pool. This bitch gonna be fucking 30
We're
feet
gonna make
deep.
it cold too. We're gonna keep it cold. See,
We're gonna
these are the kind of
drop a
ideas.
boat in there.
These are the ideas you have when you spend your brainstorming hour in a haunted room, and you're like, you know what? I think,
Yeah, you just lose
you know
your
what?
fucking mind.
I don't really like sets anymore, guys. You know, they're closed. You know, there are corners.
Really
You
like practical
can't really
effects.
see everything. Why don't we do something out in the parking lot for a few days? That feels safe. I don't think anything can get me
Well, listen, they
out
can park
there.
somewhere else. There's plenty of parking. Go somewhere else. We need this spot. This spot reserved for boat.
What do you mean I can't park my boat here?
We need a permit? We need a boat permit? What do you mean? That's crazy. Just wild.
Yes, Leak 9, the 94 one is the De Niro one. Warts and all. Oh yeah, I already vented about Victor. Say your name, like say my name you did like you did the first time. Oh boy. Victor, I hate you.
So there's a little bit of history with this one is it was originally developed at Universal Pictures. Del Toro cast his frequent collaborator Doug Jones as the creature, and Bertie Wrightson was eyed for the monster's design. It was eventually shelved because Universal was doing their Dark Universe franchise. So think about that. You shelved Del Toro's Frankenstein for your Dark Universe franchise. Well done, guys. Nice job.
Oh, but hey, I think we got Jekyll and Hyde in that too, didn't we? Or no, that's the
that's an all-time whoops. But Netflix revives it in 23. Then obviously Andrew Garfield, Elordi as a creature. Wrightson though died in 2017, but his illustrations of the novel served as key inspiration for the film's look. So that's pretty cool.
You know, so one of the changes that we haven't talked about, at least not as much, and I want to get your opinion on this as well as chats. So the ending of the book is much different than the movie, as far as, like I said, when the creature gets into the boat, Victor's already gone. So then you get that sad moment. And essentially, the creature decides that he's going to go north and build himself a funeral pyre and just stand in it. And that he's going to light himself on fire like he's Lucille Bluth. And that's the way he's going to go out. But in the movie, of course, we get Victor's very unearned redemption, but we get the well-earned forgiveness for, Frankenstein really in that moment. And maybe that's why I would have liked it a little better if Victor hadn't gotten it, because, we would have seen Frankenstein's creature technically surpass Victor, because this whole time Victor was this smart guy. He could build all this stuff, but like just basic stuff like empathy,
didn't have it. Basic human emotions,
basic human stuff. And so that would have been a way to have the creature just really sort of surpass and become a better man than even his creator. But I do see in the ending, you have him just kind of facing the sun. I don't think he outright says, "Hey, I'm going to go end game right now." He pushes the boat back and they're all set. So what do you think, James? Do you think that, knowing what the two endings are now, do you think that the movie happier ending is better, or do you prefer
I think
more of the tragic?
I prefer the movie ending, but I also agree with you that Victor didn't deserve the the bullshit ass ending he got. He should have rotted in hell. He should not have been forgiven. I do, because at the end, I'm pretty sure he's crying out one eye. Like I think it's his left eye. He's got a tear coming down if you're paying attention to it.
Which is the equivalent to walking back towards the door after you've set your whole house on fire and decide, maybe I should let the cat out after all. Oh wait, it's not a cat, it's my son.
Yeah.
To me, that dying.
Oh shit, I left him in there as this place I lit this place on fire. Fuck off.
Shit, maybe I should go back.
I like the movies version. Give him a little redemption. The creature. I did not see this Harl's. We've also forgot what the funniest parts of the
Like
movie.
the outline.
I assume so. I assume that's what it is.
I missed it.
One of the funniest parts of the movie is like, so it opens with them seeing the explosion, right? Off in the distance, and that's why they go search. That's how they find Victor, etc. The sled dogs. Coming back and finding out what that explosion is a little bit mildly hilarious. Where he's like, "Oh, so this is how you're going to try to get rid of me?" He's like, "Well, I'm going to try it, but it doesn't work. I'm coming for you." He just lights the dynamite, and he looks at him and goes, "Run." You're getting running. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to piss my pants laughing. He did burn down a sick tower. He's just Victor's the worst.
Yeah, dude, they were very subtle with how bad Victor was.
Yeah. I'm okay with him being on the nose that Victor's a piece of shit. I was pretty okay with it.
There were, Harl's mentioned that being comical. That, and I talked about this a little bit too in the beginning, how it threw me that he's like, well, let me tell you about how I had the hots for my brother's girlfriend, while the men are out there panicked. Like, I think we saw the dude. Like, I think we saw him. Like, the watchman saw him. He swears by it.
The captain's like, no, we sank him.
I did find it kind of funny that the creature murders, as Harl says, there's imprints of their dead comrades on the side of the boat, and the captain's like, he's under my protection because he had a really shitty dad.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
he killed dudes. He ripped him in half, like threw him against.
Like, it was a really sad story.
Hold on. He's talking about how he wants to fuck his brother's wife. Hold on.
Hang on. His dad tried to burn him alive, guys.
When you think about it from that, you're like, yeah, it is a little. The movie's
lash
good,
out
so you
and kill people.
Drawn back into it, but you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Luckily, there's enough that's good to pull me back, but there were a few minutes that I found myself just kind of laughing out loud at the absurdity of the situation.
Yeah.
Like, somebody more talented than me could make a very funny comedy sketch out of that whole dynamic, I think.
Yes, good.
He's just never getting to the point of, oh yeah, and then I made this creature, and also he can't be harmed. I guess he does say that in the beginning. He's like, you think you've killed him, but you haven't. But then he's like, now let me tell you about my childhood. Like, you're the one who should know the urgency. And you're just like,
exactly. Like, you should be like, we got to get the fuck out of here. But nah, nope.
He starts out with, leave me in the ice or you're all going to die. No, we won't do that. Okay.
All right, cool. Let's
pull up a chair.
Story time. Let me tell you my life story about my son running around out there. Now I wanted his mom to be my brother's wife.
Yeah, real Oedipus thing going on.
Yeah, what a deal. When you think of it like that, it's bad, but oh fuck. I got nothing else, Kev, unless you got it.
No, I think we covered a lot of what was in my notes throughout the course of our conversation. So a lot of what I have are just little minor differences. Like in the book, there's a point where, the creature, Frankie goes and talks to Victor. Victor's out on a hike, and he, tells him his story. So it's not as that, because that was actually there were a lot of funny moments. Not all the boat scenes worked for me, because if you remember, the more we unpack this, when the creature bursts in and the captain's like, go on then, prove your master's story to be true or something, and then he's got the dude's face, like he's like palming the dude's head or something, and he's like, oh, if my father has told his story, I must perhaps allow me to tell you mine. And they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead. Where it's just like, it gave me like Dewey Cox vibes. Like, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that doesn't happen. He just ends up telling his story to Victor at one point earlier in the story. So when you get some of Frankenstein's or the creature's backstory, you get some of it from Victor, and then again you get the rest of it after Victor's gone. But I forgot how funny that was. Where he's like, "Whoa, hang on, don't I get to say my side of the story?" It's like, yeah. After you fix the door, asshole. Yeah, then you can tell us all about it.
You got all the crew members out there like, are they fucking having story time in there right now? What the fuck is going on? It's been hours.
So we've been digging at the 12-hour shifts, picking at this ice, and this guy's
and all the first mate did every time is just bad. He's like, Captain, there's these crew members. That's all he does.
He just turns around and yells at him, just stupid.
Yeah.
This man's under my protection.
Yeah.
All this silly stuff. Yeah, it was good. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm glad it exists.
I thought at the end when he climbs down, the creature turns over his shoulder and looks at the first mate, and I was like, this motherfucker's gonna shoot him. I was like, he's gonna shoot at him, and then the creature's gonna kill them all. That's gonna be that.
What a twist. I don't know, man.
I thought it was the way they look at each other.
That would have been a great rug pull moment for him to be like, actually, no, you're all gonna die. Like, he's just, I just told you my whole story about how people are always shooting me when I didn't do anything wrong. And this guy shoots me. That's it. You're all dead. That would have been a swerve. No one would have seen that.
Punches the boat, pushes it out, and it just sinks.
Just sinks. Yeah, he just puts a hole in it.
Giant hole in it.
Oh, wing it.
Poof. And then, so are we going to die? All right. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode. I don't know what our next movie is going to be. We're 2 weeks out. We'll not be live next week during the Thanksgiving festivities. I'll be getting fat somewhere, eating too much. But there will be more horror movies on the horizon. That's been a fun 3-week stretch here.
Oh, I love to hear it because there are so many more. And we haven't even dove into any of the older stuff either.
Yeah, so there's plenty left. Harl's been on a Crimson Peak revival.
Ooh,
seeing a Crimson Peak revival. I do not know about this. So thank you guys for joining us. Everybody in the chat. Harls, right. Sleek, Kang. Appreciate you guys. Kev, outside of here, where can they find you at, buddy?
Oh, this Saturday I will be up for the Carnage Media folks filming Benchmark Pro Wrestling. It's Harvest Havoc. So I am incredibly excited to do that. So other than that, just be on the lookout for more videos. We got a bunch of stuff recorded to be put out over the holiday break. Mm-hmm. So if you most likely, I would say, well, we won't be live next Wednesday. You won't see the two of us live until after the holiday. So I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving, but you will still see plenty of us over the next few days. So have a great time, whatever it is that you are doing for Thanksgiving, and have some green bean casserole for me.
Hell yeah. Love some green bean casserole. Check out, if you, obviously anybody here loves a good horror stuff. Tomorrow's weekly dweeb topic is the Krieger Chronicles. So check that one out. Very fun one. That one lasted. That was a fun one. Check it out. Check out our Fallout preview review from yesterday, which ironically I didn't change the fucking title of until today because I copied it from the Invincible preview review, changed everything, including the description and the date, and forgot to change the name of it. So it said the Invincible Season 4 preview review. It's not. It's been fixed. It's Fallout Season 2. Please check that out. We had a lot of fun with that. That's a December topic is Fallout. That'll probably be a weekly deal when that comes out. Stranger Things is shit. By the next time we're live, Stranger Things will be out.
Yeah, lots of TV coming because I think even if it's just short episode, I will want to talk about Welcome to Derry. So I have not watched any of it. Have you yet?
I have not, but
I'm about to be diving in. I stopped myself. I spent a lot of time. I spent the last 4 days in Frankenstein land, so you were down the rabbit hole, man. Yeah,
he was down the rabbit hole. So be on the lookout. There's a lot more content coming, folks. Starting tomorrow, Krieger Chronicles stuff next week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, as Kev said. Eat some green bean casserole. Thank you guys for joining us. Till next time.